Hi, class. For the ones who don't know me by now, my name is Aaron Arredondo. I got to do a PowerPoint presentation on a safety topic. I pick texting and driving. I label my PowerPoint presentation distracted driving. Just to let y'all know, I'm going to try not to read the PowerPoint verbatim, so it won't get so boring. One text or call could wreck it all. I have a few definitions here. I want you to pay attention to driving. Controlling of a motor vehicle in motion is what that is. Distracted driving has become a huge problem in the United States and is often fatal. Consequences are a threat to your workers, your business, and the public. I put this on because you can be 70 years old, 30, 20. You're gonna text and drive. I've done it. I'm pretty sure everyone else has. My big problem is, say, for instance, the people who say that they do not text and drive. I think they do more frequently than the ones that have admitted to it. Let's move on here. Uh, Bill title House Bill 255. You have the Alaska statute. They define an act. Here's the statement of purpose. You feel free to read that. Here, I want to mention normal driving position while the vehicle is in motion and while the person is driving. Pay attention to that. We're going to get back to that later. Uh, Feel free to read, or you can actually get on the web and Google it. Here's a stat from the Department of Public Safety. They say you're 23 times more likely to crash if you text while driving. Is that 23 times more than drinking and driving? You get cited for texting and driving. Are the consequences going to be more severe than drinking and driving, since it's considered 23 times more likely to crash? Here they have distracted, unable to concentrate because one mind is preoccupied. I have a question on that because I myself, and I'm pretty sure you can relate to it. You know, I'm driving down the road. My mind's not completely on the road in traffic. I'm thinking about my kids, what's happening this weekend. Fishing season's around the corner. I got to roll in fall classes. What's for dinner. So my mind's just not on the road. My mind's preoccupied with other distractions. So that's why I have this as questionable, I think. Here's a few pictures. A lady texting and driving. Here's a guy, looks like he's driving a yellow school bus. Here's a police officer. He's not only texting and driving, but on a motorcycle. I think the chances of hurting someone or hurting yourself goes higher. Uh, and not to call out, police agencies, but I mean, coming from the state, how laws get passed. I mean, if you're gonna pass a law that you can't text and drive or use cell phones completely, I mean, I think that's just double standard. If you ask me, you know, what happened to this police officer? Did he get cited just like these two did? Or what happened? Maybe they lost their jobs and he didn't. Why? Because he's a police officer. With the information given, let's go over a few items of concern. First, I think, if you're going to pass a law about not being able to text, might as well, pass a law with no cell phone use. And I say this because of the next point. Someone calls you, you take your eyes off the road, look at the phone. You don't want to talk to them, you hit ignore. You're distracted. So what's the difference? As to texting while the vehicle is in motion is against the law. However, if you're stopped at a stoplight with your vehicle parked, you're okay to text. So and let's talk. Furthermore, worst case scenario, you are parked at a stoplight with the car in park, and you are texting. And majority of us know that when you text, sometimes they don't go through all the way, you know. At the same time, let's just say the light turns green, stick it to drive, you hit the person in front of you on accident, or the person in back of you hits you. There's a case involved, and investigation takes place. Well, you're the one at fault because they checked your phone records and you were texting and driving at the time. You know, it's just like if you're parked at a stoplight with your vehicle in park, okay, and you're texting legally, but a cop sees you and cites you. Did they notice that you had your parking lights on? I doubt it. So now you got a citation. You possibly lose your license, or whatever the consequences are. You got to go to court, and people nowadays know that when you go to court, you're guilty until you're proven innocent. Here I have a couple bullets more. You can feel free to read. Right here, this one I talk about maybe the company or a agency working for a company could legally do random background cell phone checks on your cell phone because, say you are a driver, you're texting driving, it's against the law. They should legally be able to check your phone records to see if you're texting on company time, making phone calls on company time. Now, with that being said, are the company's going to fire you because you're a liability, insurance wise, in case you do get in a wreck? So I think by doing that decreases accidents because people are going to be worried about losing their jobs. And I think they should do this because it decreases accidents and people won't be doing it, to cause an accident. Like I said, someone can die. People have died from texting and driving, paying attention to their phones. Here I cited a couple of things. Here's my sources. This ends my PowerPoint presentation. If you got any questions, feel free to get with me. You know how to reach me. Thank you.